gorgeous! I know we literally just saw each other, but how are you doing? But man, what a huge shocker. I had no idea your little brother was my fiancé.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. I had no idea.
He was talking about how he had a beautiful and smart older sister, so I really had high hopes. But who would have thought it was just you? You don't match that description at all. You're gloomy, unattractive, and a total bummer to be around. It made me question my poor fiancé's judgment. Maybe he's just biased because you grew up together.
Oh? Matthew was saying that about me?
That's right. Honestly, I wanted to get his facts straight by telling him you're my coworker who gets shoved around like a little errand boy. But of course, I didn't say that. I was meeting your family before the wedding as a formality. Even I wouldn't say such a thing there.
I'm just working like any normal person should. I wouldn't say that makes me an errand boy.
You're so dry. That's why no one likes you. You have such a dark and gloomy disposition. Yet the higher-ups tend to like you for some reason, even though your face is nothing to write home about. It's totally annoying. Oh, by any chance are you having an affair with the section manager or something? That'd make for some juicy gossip if word got around the workplace.
Stop with that. Don't make such crude remarks. I would never do such a thing.
It's a joke. Just let it slide. Relax. By the way, don't get on your high horse just because we're going to be sisters-in-law. I'm already withering away as is just thinking about the fact we're going to become family. It's a total downer. I considered calling off our engagement on the spot with how much the thought was filling me with dread. Like, oh man, how am I going to explain this to people?
What do you mean? You don't have to tell them at all.
They're going to find out at the wedding, aren't they? We're planning on having a large and extravagant wedding, so we're inviting a bunch of people from our workplace to come. It's not exactly something I can hide. Oh, wait! I have the perfect idea. Why don't you sit in the section that's reserved for the company employees instead of the one reserved for family members? That way, they'll be none the wiser. Problem solved!
I don't think my brother nor my parents will allow that.
Yeah, there's the catch. Oh, man. If it was just up to you, I'm sure you'd be fine either way. Or rather, you'd have no choice. But I can't protest against your family. Oh, by the way, make sure you tell them that we get along super well in our company. I'll do the same thing too.
Of course I'll do that. My brother treasures you enough to want to make you his wife. He's determined that you're the right person for him, and that's why he's marrying you. I have no intention of getting between the two of you.
Glad to hear. I don't need to worry then. I'll also be sure to keep my mouth shut about how everyone in the company uses you like a dog. That'd be totes embarrassing for your family to find out about. I mean, don't you think so? I'm sure you'd hate for that to be found out. Your little brother respects you so much, but at work you basically have no human rights. I'm sure he'll be disappointed in you.
I've never felt like my human rights have been violated, though.
Oh my God, stop! I know you're coping, but I'm getting secondhand embarrassment here. Come on, we're always shoving our work onto you and making you work overtime. Nobody here respects you, you know? They all look down on you. Like I said, you're basically a servant.
I think you're the only one who doesn't respect me.
That's not true at all. At least within my friend group it isn't. We all love shoving our work onto you because we think you're worthless.
I've said this to you over and over again, but you need to stop doing that. As an employee at this company, you should complete the work you've been assigned. That's the least you can do. You're even being paid a proper salary. Slacking off isn't going to do you any favors in the long run.
Excuse me? I didn't ask for a lecture. We're not in the workplace, so you don't get to order me around on my personal time. Besides, I'm not that good at the desk job stuff. It's way too boring. But what I am good at is talking to people. So in due time, I'm sure I'll be transferred to a better position as a salesperson, or maybe even in project planning. Everything will be fine.
Is that right? So basically you're saying that your current job in general affairs isn't good for you.
That's right! It doesn't suit me at all, but I guess I need to start somewhere if I want to work in this company. Oh yeah, I heard you still live with your parents. I'd hate to see your face every time I have to visit. It's gonna put a real damper on my mood. How about you become independent and start living on your own so I don't have to see it? Pretty please?
I was living on my own at one point. But last year my mom got sick and had to have surgery, so I moved back in with my parents to take care of her.
But she's totally fine now, isn't she? Think about it. Is there any point in you staying here? Like, why keep you around? What value do you have now that she doesn't need you?
You could have been less harsh about it, but I suppose you might be right. But if I stay here, as long as I pay for my own living expenses, I'm allowed to live here rent-free. I thought it was a good idea to stay here and save up. I don't mind living with my parents, and they like having me around.
Oh, so that's how it is? Yeah, now that I think about it, it's probably going to be super hard to marry you off. So you don't have anyone else to support you but your family. How sad. Of course you need to save up lots while you can so you can live on your own in a few years. But I don't really want your sad life anywhere near mine if I can help it. So please leave your parents' house as soon as possible. Okay? Tina! I'm sending over the documents that the manager told me to work on. Finish it by the end of the day for me, will you?
Hey, the manager left that work to you, not me. Do it yourself.
What? But today is the day that Matthew and I are going house hunting. He suddenly found a really nice place, so we're heading over there to check it out. He was super excited, so he told me to make it so we can get a tour as soon as possible. You'll do as I asked, right? I'm your little brother's wife. Will you help poor little meow?
You haven't even registered your marriage yet. You're not his wife.
Ugh, semantics. We're definitely getting married, so I might as well be.
I'm busy enough with my own work as is. I can't help you out with yours. That's too bad. I guess that means you'll have to stay until the end of the workday to finish your assignments, just like everyone else.
Excuse me? I'm not asking you for your help. I am telling you to do all of it. What are you saying? Are you stupid?
Oh, really? Then that's even more reason for me to deny your request.
Listen here, you wench. It seems you still don't understand your place. You're a few years my senior, so I was letting your insolent behavior slide until now. But I can make sure a small fry like you doesn't get to work here for much longer.
What? You think you can do that?
You remember that girl from the sales department? Lucy. The one who used to work with us before she was transferred. You know how she's no longer working in the company? Well, that's all because of me.
What?
That's right. She was an uninteresting and unattractive mob character, yet somehow she wound up in the sales department of all places. I just teased her a little bit and she snapped so easily. What a fragile ego. It was good she learned her place sooner rather than later. She shouldn't have gotten on her high horse when she's so mentally weak. That's her own fault.
So workplace harassment happens here too, huh?
You don't want to end up like that too, do you? I'm sure you don't.
I guess.
I thought so. Then you better obey me. As long as we're in the same department, I'll be using you all I want. By the way, you got the invitation to our wedding from Matthew, right?
Yeah, I got it yesterday.
You see, there's something I needed to talk to you about regarding that. Give us $50,000 as a wedding gift.
What? No way. That much? Are you serious?
What's the matter? You can pay us that much easily, right?
It's impossible. I can't. $50,000 is no small amount, you know. It's not something just anyone can whip out on the fly, not even for a wedding gift.
But you said so yourself. You've been saving up plenty of cash since you're freeloading off your parents. You're boring and unattractive, so I bet you have nothing else to do but save up. I mean, what are you spending it on? Your boyfriend who definitely doesn't exist? Traveling? Get real. And you know, your precious little brother is getting married. Don't you want to congratulate him? It's a very special occasion. If you care about him, then pay us what he's worth to you. Money speaks louder than words.
That's not even how the saying goes. Anyway, let me think this over.
You think you have that luxury? This isn't a request, it's a demand. I'm not quitting my job even after I get married. That means whether it's in the workplace or at home, I can do whatever I want with you. That's the only value your existence has. You're not getting away from me anytime soon. Your parents just love me so much, too. To be frank, I don't think there's anyone in the world who'd take your side. You don't have anyone who'd lift a finger to defend you.
That's not true. As long as I do the right thing and try my best to lead an honest life, I believe there'll always be people who recognize that and support me.
Yuck! Gag! You're so naive. That flowery attitude has no place in this company, nor in the real world for that matter. Even if you wanted to try suing me, I have plenty of ways to get out of it, so don't test me.
Are you really okay with treating me like this? You do know I can show my brother our entire conversation, right?
Then I'll cry to him saying you coerced me. Or even better, I can tell him you faked a screenshot to make me look bad. See? I have tons of cards hidden up my sleeve. You can't take me down. I'm sure everyone will believe me over you. That's the kind of power I have.
I'm sorry. I was in the wrong.
As long as you understand, it's all good. I'll forgive you. You're an ugly and boring wench. All you're good for is being used by people like me. Anyway, I'll email all the data you need later. Please be sure to finish it all by the end of today. Hey, Tina. I'm really annoyed at you right now. What's the meaning of this? You still haven't given us your wedding present. When are you going to pay us? I'm getting impatient.
Sorry. You said you wanted it in cash, right? I just haven't had time to go to the bank lately.
That's no excuse. You can just go during your lunch break. I know you don't have a lot going for you, but at least try to use that brain of yours.
I can't do that. I'm going to be pulling out $50,000 from the bank, and then I'll have to hold on to it for the rest of the workday. That makes me feel uneasy. It's so much money to just be carrying around.
I don't care. It's almost the day of our wedding. I'm going to have to stop by beauty salons and get all kinds of cosmetic treatments. And you know that's not all going to come for free, right? It costs lots of money.
But this money is to congratulate you on your wedding. Can I not just hand it to you on the day of your wedding? That's what it's for, right?
My husband is too nice. There's no way he'll accept that kind of money from you.
Just hold on a second. So you're telling me you're thinking about quietly pocketing the money to spend it on yourself?
Look, I'm inviting a gross lowlife like you to my wedding. I think you should at least pay me $50,000 for my trouble. So hurry up and cough up that $50,000 already. You don't need to hog all that money to yourself anyway. It's not doing the world any favors.
You know, Noelle, my little brother's reading all this right now.
What?
Yep. And guess what? He's in utter shock. It's understandable. I mean, he intended to make you his wife. He thought you were so precious and sweet. Who would have thought you'd be the kind of person to extort your sister-in-law for money behind his back just to keep it all to yourself?
Just hold on a second. You're lying. You have to be. You're so obedient and docile. Someone like you wouldn't have the courage to pull something like that on me.
No, it's true. Didn't my brother contact you?
I just got his message. He told me he wants to rethink our marriage.
Yep. That's where you two are right now. That's too bad.
Just wait a second. Do something. You have to help me get out of this situation. If you don't, then I'll make sure you won't be able to keep working at our company. Do you want that? Huh?
Go ahead. I'd like to see you try.
Excuse me? What are you getting on your high horse for? You'll be regretting those words, you know.
No, really. I'm curious to know how you intend to get me to leave. I want to know the full extent of what you can do.
You're a boring and unattractive woman who can't do anything right. Stop bluffing. I know you're scared of me. Anyway, just back me up. Appease him somehow. Otherwise, I'll make you regret everything you've done tomorrow. Prepare yourself, because I won't be holding back. I'll torment you until you're sobbing on your knees.
Yep, got it. I'll be looking forward to it.
Hey, Tina. Do you have a moment?
Yep, I sure do. I just got done with work. I've been finishing much faster than usual lately. I guess it's because you've been put on temporary leave. You haven't had the chance to shove any of your work on me. And you know, our coworkers were such busy little bees today. We've all been very productive.
I see.
To tell you the truth, we always could get our work done just fine even before you ever came to this company. I think the girls in your group have been having a hard time of it, though. They're used to cutting corners, but since you're not there to make me pick up the slack, they've had to work extra hard today.
I'm really sorry for everything I've done up until now.
Everything, huh? Remind me again what exactly those things were. You're being too vague.
Well, I'm sorry for shoving my work onto you and always making you work overtime. And for always harassing and tormenting you.
Oh, you don't have to apologize to me for that. I just saw it as a normal part of my job.
I had no idea you were a part of HR. If I'd known, I wouldn't have acted like that.
Right, that makes sense. It's something I was hiding from most of the other employees. I caught word that there were people from a certain department who were harassing other employees in the company and forcing them to quit. It was my job to investigate what was going on. Of course, I wouldn't walk in and loudly proclaim to everyone that I was here as part of an investigation. That'd be crazy.
So that's why you were acting like a boring old employee working a desk job. It was all for that purpose.
No, I wasn't really acting. I really was working just like a regular employee, being assigned tasks and completing them as requested. It's just that I noticed that a lot of the girls who have been quitting were the quiet types who don't stir up much trouble. They were known for being meek and docile. So I thought to myself that if I acted in a similar manner, maybe I'd become a target and get to the bottom of what's been going on. I just didn't expect it to happen so quickly. It's honestly hilarious how little you can hold yourself back. You're constantly itching to hurt people, aren't you? At any rate, it was perfect for me.
I'm really sorry. I got carried away and went too far. To tell you the truth, I've always looked up to you.
You don't have to give me that mushy crap. We both know you don't mean it. In fact, I know far too much about your true nature than I really need to, so you acting like that makes my skin crawl.
The company's already found out about what I've been doing. I've been caught red-handed. And now that Matthew knows about how I've been treating you, it's looking very likely that he's going to break off our engagement. I've hit rock bottom.
Yikes, that sounds rough. I guess anyone would look at you with pity. But in my eyes, I think you've just reaped what you've sown. You got what you deserved.
I mean, yeah, but I've reflected on my actions and I regret all of them. I really shouldn't have treated you like that. No, I shouldn't have treated anyone like that, period.
I see. Well, it's too little, too late.
Please don't say that. It's never too late, right? I'm going to turn my attitude around for the better and work hard from here on out. I'll do a 180. I promise.
God, Noelle, you're unbelievable. You're no longer a little schoolgirl. You should have learned this behavior was unacceptable a long time ago.
I know.
Is that so? Well, if you truly understand, you should realize just how childish it is to have tormented your fellow employees. What are you? A high school mean girl?
Childish? But it happens everywhere. One of the part-time ladies working here said they do that stuff to people all the time, and it was always okay.
What? So you're saying she brought you down to her level? I get it now. You're the kind of person who thinks she's allowed to do things just because she sees other people doing it. It doesn't matter how objectively harmful it is, you'll do it anyway. See right there? That kind of mindset is extremely childish. You clearly haven't grown up past grade school.
I didn't mean anything by it. I just thought about teasing you all a little. That's it. Lucy managed to get into the sales department that I've been dying to work in. She hadn't cared about her outer appearance at all until that point. But all of a sudden, she was starting to wear makeup as if she suddenly gave a crap.
And? What's the problem with that? A girl can't take care of her looks? When it comes to being in the sales department, having decent looks is a huge part of the job. If she hadn't done anything about it, her superiors might have pointed it out as something to be fixed. You shouldn't even be caring about this in the first place. It has nothing to do with you.
It's just that the girls and I were talking about how she's been getting on her high horse recently now that she's left our department, so...
So that's why you thought it was okay to torment her? You truly have such a childish and arrogant mindset. I can't believe you're an adult like me. We're not even on the same level. In exchange for paying you a decent salary, you're supposed to be doing your job. But you are hardly doing that. You'd skip out on work on multiple occasions and harass your fellow employees. What good is there in keeping you around? We hardly have any money to afford someone like you.
No! You don't understand. It's always been my dream to work in this company. That's why I joined all sorts of clubs and worked to get a good score on the SAT to make it into a decent college. I needed to do all that to ensure I had all the qualifications I needed to get this company to accept me. I don't want all my work to go to waste. Please don't fire me. I don't want this.
I'm sure Lucy felt the exact same way, yet you didn't care. You backed her into a corner and made her quit anyway. Not only that, you mocked her behind her back. You chased her out on a selfish whim of yours. Your arrogance destroyed her prospects at her dream job. I wonder what exactly she was thinking the day she had to quit.
I'll apologize to her too, I swear.
You don't need to.
What?
At least that's what Lucy told me.
You talked to her?
Yep. Though to be honest, it was really hard to get her to open up to me. At first, she didn't want to talk to me at all. But once I told her that you've been caught harassing your coworkers, she burst into tears, crying about how truthfully, she never wanted to quit her job in the first place. It's absurd. Unlike you, she's never hurt a fly. There was no reason she should have felt like she couldn't belong at the company anymore.
I'm truly and deeply sorry. I shouldn't have done any of that. I'm sorry.
And Lucy isn't the only victim here. You've hurt way more than just her. Once my little brother learned about your true nature, he fell into a deep depression. It was a huge shock. Between the time I told him I wouldn't approve of your marriage and the time he finally read your messages, that all took 10 days.
So that's why he's been giving me the cold shoulder lately. It's because you said something like that to him. But that doesn't mean we can't get married. We truly were deeply in love with one another.
Believe me, if you were only a frivolous office worker who didn't know how to do your job properly, I had no intention of opposing your marriage. My brother seemed so happy to be with you, and I trusted you enough that I could let your behavior slide. But I learned the truth, that you were the kind of person who'd force someone else into quitting their job by tormenting them. Not to mention how you tried to extort me for $50,000. To tell you the truth, I think I'd be insane if I hadn't told him that I opposed your marriage.
Please, Tina. I'm so sorry. I truly and deeply regret my actions.
Are you really? Up until now, I felt like you've just been making excuses for yourself. You haven't really felt that sorry at all to me.
How can you say something like that to me? You have no idea what I'm feeling. As someone who's older than me, I think you should laugh off my mistakes and forgive me.
It's because I can't just laugh it off that things are turning out this way. It's that serious. Also, I don't even want to try to understand how someone like you feels. You skip work and brazenly look down on others in broad daylight. I can't even believe you're supposed to be a fellow working member of society. It's embarrassing. And now that I've said all this to you, I bet you're itching to lash out and snap back at me, aren't you?
No, not at all. That's not what I was wanting to do, I swear. I just have a little something I wanted to say. I mean, didn't Lucy say herself that she was fine with me not apologizing? That means she's okay with what I did. Why are you being so harsh? Everything's forgiven and forgotten.
Noelle, I don't know if you realize this, but victims never forget what was done to them. Just because she said you didn't need to apologize doesn't mean she forgives you. If you have the energy to object to what I'm saying, look inside yourself and realize your immaturity and the people you've hurt until now. Reflect on them and regret them from the bottom of your heart. I'm sure you've understood far too well what it's like to be driven into a wall. After that, it was all but confirmed that Noelle was the main person responsible for chasing people out of the company. As such, she was let go. Well, that wasn't the only reason she was fired, even if it was a major part of it. The other reason was because she was a frivolous worker who barely did her job. As for the girls in her group, they were all transferred into a different department and received a salary cut. My brother broke off his engagement with Noelle, and their wedding ceremony was canceled. Losing both her job and her fiancé was a huge blow to her mental state. She had a breakdown and had to be hospitalized for a while. Right now, I heard she's at her parents' house recuperating, but no one around her gives her an ounce of sympathy. I was disappointed at first to find out that my brother's fiancé was the same woman who loved humiliating me. To be honest, I couldn't help but think that he must be a very poor judge of character. Fortunately, it turned out that he wasn't the type of person who could look past how she harassed people out of their jobs and tried to extort his sister for $50,000. He was really suffering for a while after he realized the truth. But now he can even laugh about it, saying he was glad to have found out before they'd sealed the deal and registered their marriage. He considers it a blessing in disguise. I'm sure Noelle will never forget this whole ordeal for the rest of her life. But I'm certain that the people who she's hurt feel the exact same way. Their scars will never completely heal, but I hope they can move past it to head for a better future. I have no idea how Noelle intends to live from now on, but I pray that she'll never make the same mistakes ever again. That's the least she can do for her victims now. Oh, and there's some good news for Lucy after she was chased out of the company. I learned she still hadn't found another job yet. As such, I asked her if she was willing to rejoin the company. She happily accepted and is working much more diligently than Noelle ever did. I felt bad for not realizing the true reason for her leaving the company, that she was tormented and backed into a corner. I've promised to start following up with employees more often and to put systems in place to ensure this never happens again. A company is basically a large organization, and all kinds of things slip through the cracks. It's hard for individuals to notice incidents like this, and it's impossible to catch everything. As a member of HR, there may be many limits in what I can do to mitigate that. But I'd like to try and reach out to everyone I can who might be struggling with absurd incidents like this. I don't want our company to lose hardworking and decent people, so I'll keep holding my head high and do my best to ensure everyone can work in a safe and secure environment.